You are listening to the hippest radio station in the Tri-City area, WAWL 103.5. This is Walk the Beat, the radio program dedicated to bringing you the latest in musical talent from our very own West Michigan area. I'm Dave Palmer, your host of Walk the Beat, and we are at Third Coast Music with Bryan Ralph. How you been?
I've been great. How are you, Dave?
Good. Last time I seen you, you were hanging with Jessica and the Rainbow.
That's right. Thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah. It was nice to see you around Christmas.
It was good to see you, too. Hope you had a good rest of your holidays, and I hope all your listeners did as well.
Well, thanks, man. One of the nicest guys we've had in here already.
Oh.
And, Jessica's really cool, too.
Yeah, I think her niceness wears off on me.
I can see why you hang with her. So, you're on your own projects.
That's correct. Yep. Yeah. I'm currently recording a full-length studio album. Nice. That's a goal I'd like to have accomplished by the end of the year. And that's basically what I'm working on. I'm also learning to record and produce for other local musicians.
Oh, yeah, man. There's lots of sound engineering going on around here.
Yep, I'm trying to get involved in that, and it's been a really nice journey to go on.
It's a studious journey, I say. Is that the right word, Bleu? Where you just have to study and study, train your ear. Mm-hmm. The whole works.
Yeah, well, I've been doing a lot of music listening this last year. There's so much good music that's come out in 2015, and I hope that 2016 starts off to a good start as well.
Oh, it is. We
lost
I know it. Oh,
we lost a lot of legends
at
the beginning of this month, and hopefully some more people will rise to the occasion and fill those shoes.
There's always somebody to take those spots, but those are big shoes.
Yeah.
You're right. So let's, where are you from, Bryan?
Well, I'm originally from Newaygo, Michigan. I was born in Grand Rapids and lived here most of my life, actually. But for a few years, I was out in Colorado, and that's where I first really got into the music scene. Out in Colorado Springs, they have a pretty good punk rock music scene going on.
I hear it's huge. Music is huge out. I mean, there's supposed to be some fantastic musicians in Colorado.
Yeah, Denver has a very notorious EDM scene, electronic music, right. And Colorado Springs has had like a pretty good pop punk wave that's gone through. Lots of good bands have come out of there.
Yeah, I was just talking to John Suplee about all the electronic music that's coming, even from right here in West Michigan. But
with
big shout to our guys out in Colorado helping out with it.
Right on.
Yeah, it's all good. So you ended up deciding to come back to Michigan.
That's right. I came back. I couldn't escape my love of the nature around here, the lakes and the wooded areas of Michigan. Have always been calling my name.
Are they? Is that coming out in your music?
I think I would really like to write some more songs with nature in mind, but a lot of my material is about dealing with depression and taking that on and being a better person because of dealing with that.
Do you think that your music there is therapeutic?
I think a lot of people get that. It wasn't really intended or like manufactured to be that way, but I feel a lot of people understand these kinds of emotions that I talk about in my music, and that they feel a sense of camaraderie from listening to it.
Right. There's no doubt that music puts the emotion into the words that you write. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that you're touching all kinds of people with this music.
That's my hope, and I'm glad to share it today with you.
So and we appreciate it. So do you we just need to start with, if somebody wants to after the show get in touch with you, you do have a Facebook or something.
Oh,
correct?
So
we can
absolutely.
Listen to all this kind of music.
I mostly use Facebook and a wonderful website called Bandcamp. Okay. But my Facebook is facebook.com/Bryan Ralph Music. And that's Bryan with a Y, in case any of your listeners are
not
used
an
to
I.
Other Bryan.
The other Bryans.
That's not me. But and also a great place to listen to my music is bryanralph.bandcamp.com. Very simple address.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, do you play out as a? Have you been playing out? You said you were doing a lot of listening, and I know when you're into sound engineering, you're listening to everybody else.
Yeah, I've taken a short break from performing, but I do have a few gigs possibly booked, but nothing really to promote right now. I'm kind of just taking a break from performing to kind of get back in touch with my songwriter side.
Right. And it really is, for people who don't write songs, I consider myself a bit of a singer-songwriter.
I
When
can
you're
see that.
working on all of the other aspects of music, it's hard to write.
You wear a lot of caps when
Yeah.
you're a solo artist. You're your own sound man. You're your own
Right.
guitar tech.
And when you're trying to learn something else, your head is full of everything else, but you almost have to have a blank mind for a moment to start writing.
you got to get back to basics and really
Yeah.
just seclude yourself and
Exactly.
and, I mean, some people can write music while they're on tour. I don't know how they do it.
Me either.
Some people they're on tour nonstop for a whole year and then they're writing that entire time. Like, when do you find time to even
I don't know how
have
they-
those
yeah.
feelings?
I
Maybe
don't
they're
know.
just inspired by the moment.
Probably, and sometimes, and like most singer-songwriters or people that write, that sometimes the song pops out in a half hour, other times, and then you just kind of tweak it all the way. Other
Right.
times it seems to take a lifetime,
Right.
on particular songs. Do you have some? You're probably like myself and other songwriters. You have some of them that are just started, some of them are half done.
Yeah,
they're laying
exactly.
around until you're inspired again.
Some guitar riffs they really take a long time to have their own voice vocally, and then others I've found like a very good songwriting practice for myself now is once I have a guitar riff that I like, to just put out a phone or some kind of recording device
Right.
and just sing whatever comes to my heart.
Yep.
And let that come out. And I've found that writing my words down these days just hasn't really done as much for me. I've come up with my most favorite lyrics and songs just spur of the moment. One of the last songs that is on the show today from my selection was actually written like that.
Okay, good. Well, let's get to the first song. Now, this isn't you. This particular first song, "Colors," is not you as a soloist. Is it?
No. This is with a wonderful guitar player from Colorado Springs. His name's Robert Verasco, and the band was called Long Live the Liar.
Okay. How many people in that band? Just the two of you?
It was a two-piece. We toured. We played around in Denver and Colorado Springs. We actually developed a pretty solid following. But
Nice.
yeah, we were actually going to go full band, and then I needed to get out of Colorado due to other circumstances. There was just
Another show,
It was
folks.
bad timing. It was
Another
bad timing.
show.
Yeah.
Life goes on. I'm not
But
gonna ask
we
you-
still maintain contact and have talked about actually recording
excellent.
more music together in the future because of the wonders of technology. We can
Oh,
really just
exactly.
do that. We can still be a band and live thousands of miles away from each
Isn't
other.
that amazing?
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
We live in a blessed
Well,
time.
let's hope we can get him over here for a Walk the Beat or something.
Absolutely, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Hey, Blue, let's listen to "Colors" by Bryan Ralph.
Do you see colors or am I just blind? I've been pacing backwards for direction. I need to get away from that coast. Nothing you could be so cold. 'Cause you are sunshine, baby, when your skin begins to glow. When's picking up now? Maybe we could face the storm. Time is moving miles, measured by your breath. The seconds cut in line, inch closer. And there's no comfort in your crossed arms, and in these dead ends stretched forever. No wonder in color and no sound. No wonder in colors and no sound. The wonder is how, the wonder is how I got here at all. No longer looking backwards. All I have is right here, right now, now. comfort here. There's no comfort. Your voice is like memory. Your eyes on my enemies. And there's no comfort here at all. Wonder and colors and no sound. The wonder and color and no sound. The wonder in color and no sound.
You are listening to WAWL 103.5. This is Walk the Beat. For those of you just tuning in, we are talking with Bryan Ralph, and that was him and a buddy of his singing Colors.
Right, that's right. Long
Yep.
Live the Liar out of Colorado.
Long Live the Liar. That was the name of the duet.
Of the duet, yep,
yeah,
that's right.
that's what I was forgetting. Long Live the Liar.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Well, they're kind of dispersed right now.
yeah.
So,
yeah, it's a dead band. You don't need to know about it. But hey,
It's
I just
coming
want
back.
to take you
It's
through a
coming
journey,
back.
guys.
I
just want-
appreciate it. I
yeah.
appreciate it,
This
man.
is
I
a
mean,
this is
we-
an evolution of
The
to me.
idea
Yeah.
is to show people and let the listening audience know that it is a journey
Mm-hmm.
with music. It doesn't just happen, folks. It's work, it's dedication, it's the love of the music, and your passion is what is helping everyone, because they're not going to produce the music. It's got to be the artists that produce it and the listening audience that gets to enjoy it. All we basically ask is just listen. So thanks
Yeah.
for your help,
Hey.
man. You're part of the crew. That's
Yeah.
the way I look at it. Every
That was
musician is part of the crew to make the world a better place.
Nice.
That's so. Thanks for joining us.
Feel very welcome now with that uplifting speech.
Well,
Thank
there you go, folks. Write that down.
All you
Yeah.
musicians out there, we're in this together.
We are. We
and
are.
I truly do believe that. I love to
Yeah.
support music. I mentioned a website called Bandcamp earlier. and
Right.
I've found that it's so easy just to listen to music on your devices, on your computers or phones for free. But when you get to the point of you're listening to somebody nonstop, you really do need to support them. And
It would be
I've
nice.
spent the most money I ever have on music last year, and I'm actually really proud of it.
Good for you. Good for
Yeah.
you. You know, we buy a record a week. Me and Dave Darling, we buy a record a week from the record shop.
Nice,
you know?
nice.
Yeah, we're
I
trying
do.
to
I
help
like
with
that record store. I just went in there recently.
Yeah, it's a good place, man. We bought our record player and everything from them.
Oh,
So
cool.
We're good friends with them guys. We have another song coming up, Beneath the Steps,
Right.
which it automatically reminds me of a place where I used to live. Because
Did you have like a Harry Potter bedroom situation?
Believe it or not, this was my sister's place, and if you were going in there, you might think so.
Oh, nice.
She actually used this place was a wreck, right? She actually used burlap for a ceiling. It
Were
made it
you-
almost look like a circus tent in there. It was
Oh my
really
gosh.
wild. It
Were
was
you
wild.
young enough that you thought it was exciting and interesting, or were you
Well-
old to the point where you're like, ah, man, I got really
was old
gypped
enough
on the
to-
room situation here?
I was old enough to get myself in trouble, so I
feeling
landed
jaded.
there. That's what it was.
Okay.
That's
well,
I ended up
well,
there.
that makes more sense there. Yeah.
Out of default.
Oh,
Who will take me? And that was her.
The truth comes out.
Yeah,
well, the
yeah.
truth
That's
will
all right.
set you free.
Beautiful woman. She lives in Arizona now. Hi, Bonnie. Your music. What I think you were talking about nature and everything like that. Is that what is? How do you go about writing this music? Are you sitting in a room? Are you just keeping it in your head as you go, strumming it out? You're strumming it first. You're coming up with a melody.
I usually come up with a guitar part first.
Right.
I play something that I like, and then I go from there. And usually I'll try to record while I'm practicing and rehearsing, just in case I come up with lyrics that I really enjoy. And yes, truly a melody typically comes before the words. I'll kind of hum out something, you know, da, 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 and then okay, here's the words right now. So
you're doing it the same,
basically
the same way I'm doing it.
Yeah, and then whatever comes out and whatever feels most true to how I'm feeling at the time, I'll listen back to it and say, oh my gosh, like how did I come up with all these words that are, you know,
correct,
working?
You know, that is kind of a strange thing, because same thing happens to me when all of a sudden you're listening to a song you wrote 10 years ago and go, how did I ever put that together?
One thing that I feel it correlates between being a musician and just being a human being is to try your best to be involved in the moment, in the present moment. And I think that's where the most true music comes from, is being in a relaxed state of mind, or whatever state of mind you want to be in. You just need to feel it and be true.
And try to transfer that to sound.
Right.
And transfer to the other people around us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good job. You're doing a good job.
There's some people who have a focused like direction of where they're going, and I don't think that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm still trying to find my direction and my sound.
Yeah.
And I feel like recording myself in a home studio setting has helped out a lot with that. It helps with the production. I get to mess around with different harmonies on top of my own my own vocal recording. So it's a very interesting process right now. I can't tell you exactly what I do every single time.
Right, sure.
It's a growing process.
It's a developing thing.
Exactly.
So did you write this while you were underneath the steps here? Is that this?
Yes, I did. Actually, I wrote it while I was staying with a friend when I first moved back to Michigan, and I was still trying to get back on my feet. And I wrote it about the nighttime, and that time of night when you're just not sure what you're doing with yourself, and you know, just kind of trying to figure out where you belong in life. And that's kind of the mindset I like to try to get in every time I play this song.
Good for you. Good for you. Blue, let's hear Beneath the Steps by Bryan Ralph.
Trouble's not outside, it's deep within. Where does the darkness go when the day comes? Maybe it's foolish to think it stays inside. I wanna run away from the sunrise, so it always stays midnight. It's a long road home, but at least the moon is on my side. It's a long road home, but at least we'll be where we started. so shaky. Maybe it's foolish to think it's dice inside. I wanna run away from the sunrise, so it always stays midnight. It's a long road home, but at least the moon is on my side. It's a long road home, but at least we'll be where we started. Am I ready? Am I ready? Am I ready? Am I ready?
This is WAWL 103.5. You're listening to Walk the Beat. We're back in the studio with Bryan Ralph. That was Beneath the Steps, man. It was a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Beautiful
Thank you.
song.
That's one of my favorites from that particular album that I did.
Oh, nice. What was the name of that album?
Let me think here.
that the-
no,
is that
that's
the
not
name of the
it.
album?
It's
Let me think here.
it's Stairwells and Cellar Doors. That's the
Nice,
name of it.
nice.
So that was kind of like the unofficial title track.
Right.
And for those listening, I just did some quotation marks with my fingers.
You could see that on the video, folks. Don't forget to
Yes,
tune
you
in and
should.
see the video that we're doing from now on.
You all should definitely check out the YouTube channel for Walk the Beat Radio. It's amazing.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah,
Brian.
really
We
enjoyed watching last week's show. Chef Goldblum. Those guys
are a riot.
Those guys are great.
They're a riot. Hey, how do we go about getting a hold of you again on the internet?
Oh, okay, yeah. A great way to listen to my music is bryanralph.bandcamp.com, and another way that you could follow or listen to me is via Facebook, which is facebook.com/BryanRalphMusic.
Nice. You know, I can see why you and Jessica go together so well. You just both have a great personality. I can tell you're just trying to share peace and love all over the place, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you are. I know you are. So thank you very
I definitely
much.
try to take people's personalities and reactions more than just at face value. I
Very
understand that
good,
everybody
man.
has their own perspective and point of view in this world. You should
Great,
respect
man.
that.
I think I can tell that you do. And I love Jessica too, man. Always
Yeah.
smiling. You
Yeah,
guys are just
she's
a great
great.
team. You bet. We better get to this last song. I mean, it's so easy to get to.
This last song is more of a step towards this is something that is actually going to be re-recorded for my new album. I put out an EP recently called Misfits, and it's basically just a collection of songs over the last year that I've home recorded. There's actually a couple songs that were recorded with Jessica and the Rainbow on a little retreat we did up in Traverse City.
Nice.
So you can listen to that on Bandcamp as well. And this is a song that is an alternate tuning and is a very interesting song to go with the other song choices that we've made today.
Nice. Hey, Blue, can we listen to Broken Wings by Bryan Ralph?
I found a bird with a broken wing, so I crafted for her a fancy homemade sling, a piece of art. She was a piece of art. She was. Come sit with me under a
tree scarred with initials from lovers who laughed. The mark on a life that wasn't theirs, and why must we feel so permanent? Etched in wood, it feels so pointless. Time is a funny thing. We feel we have too much of it until it is gone. Then we wonder, what have we done with these lives we lead? Let go of your anger, just breathe. Let go of your anger. I found a bird with a broken beak. What good is a bird if she can't sing? You just migrate all of the time, and you don't please the passerby. I'll build a cast out of my ribcage, and you will outlast every single bird. 'Cause the wall around my heart, it's bigger than the world. It's bigger than the world. So come into my heart and feed off of me. When will we learn to grow out of these shells and be free? I would like to grow, but this body fully encases me into the void. We wonder where this life will lead. Time is an illusion. It's the greatest drag. We feel we have far too much until we've lost all that. And so I'll stare into the void and wonder where will I go after this?
You are listening to WAWL 103.5. This is Walk the Beat. We're back with Bryan Ralph in the studio. Thank you so much for the Broken Wings.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's been an excellent morning so far.
Isn't it just been a great day?
Yeah.
I love starting it out like this. This is beautiful. Thanks for stopping in. And I want to thank Bill Chrysler for letting us use this the studio. I want to thank Dave Darling for video. I want to thank Bleu VanDyke as the sound engineer and our new producer, Eliza Russ. Remember, everybody, listen local.
The Walk the Beat radio show is recorded in Grand Haven, Michigan. Production and engineering provided by Bleu, VanDyke. Featuring your host, Dave Palmer.